if that's true, if in fact domination magic is the combination of every single cosmological force, then one could theoretically surmise that the first ones didn't so much create anything, they more than likely split things apart. So at first, all of it was one thing. At the start of the universe, all of the cosmological forces were sort of part of a singular entity or part of a singular system. And the first ones, in order to create a form of order, in order to create a form of life, split these cosmological forces apart. And this is what brought about the universe that we now know. However, their magic, the magic that they use and the magic that exists within our universe still exists. When you jam-pack all of these cosmological forces together, you get domination magic. You get a form of magic that is stronger than the sum of its parts. And that sort of ties into, we'll do the theory that I have for the universe, so to speak. So, I guess for this, we need to start at 3 days ago. So 3 days ago, I'm playing through Ardenweald for the umpteenth time at this point, and I'm doing the Covenant campaign on my hunter on NA, and I'm at this quest now where I have to kill the World Devourers. For those of you that's played the Ardenweald quest campaign, it's a bit into it already, but you help Hoon. You help him basically try to destroy the World Devourers, the World Eaters, so to speak. And you're told that the species, these Devourers, these Anima Devourers and World Devourers, is an invasionary force within Ardenweald. They don't belong to Ardenweald, they did invade it. You're also then told that there are World Eaters and Universe Eaters, so to speak, that can devour an entire planet within minutes, within moments, right? This sort of made me think, while I've done these quests before, every single time I do them, and that's probably one of the reasons I love Shadowlands so much, and I think Shadowlands is such a good expansion, every single time I play through a story within the Shadowlands, something new pops out at me. It's like a very well-written series or movie, where the more you watch it, the more you go, wait, what was that? Holy shit, I can't believe I missed that. That is so good. So I'm looking at these Devourers, these Anima Devourers, and I'm sort of thinking to myself, wait, what do you mean they're not native to Ardenweald? What are they native to then? I mean, the Shadowlands is simply the afterlife of the universe, right? It's where beings that die in reality, it's where they go once they've died. That's what the Shadowlands is. It's what we've been told the Shadowlands is, right? Is there anyone that disagrees with me on what we've been told? So then why are there beings in the Shadowlands that wouldn't be native to one of the realms of the Shadowlands? And more importantly, why would these beings be hostile to the Shadowlands? Now, you could argue that the exact same thing about the Drust, right? Why is the Drust there? It all boils down to the same thing, at least in my mind. The Shadowlands isn't what it appears to be. We are told that the Shadowlands is where the dead go once they've died. I have made multiple videos, and let's just quickly go to the cosmological map once again. And yes, we have to go to the map. We have to go to the map. There's no choice. So I've made videos on this before. It's actually not even that long ago that we made this video, but I made a video not long ago where I said, look at the map. This map was drawn by the Titans. They would have had some inclination, some idea of what happened here, right? And how this universe was set, was set into place. I do not believe that this is a coincidence. That the Shadowlands, the Emerald Dream, and reality sort of sits in its own little bubble within the cosmological universe. I don't think that's a coincidence at all. I think it was designed this way. I think it was designed this way to keep the other cosmological forces from having any real play into this universe. Now, there is a theory that have existed for a very long time on the channel. Apocalypse himself have been touting this theory for quite some time. But imagine this as the start of the universe. Imagine if there is a race of beings, powerful beyond measure. In order to be born, they lie nascent and sleep for a very long time before they are birthed. The first ones are the ones that sort of control their births, ensure that they are born. So we are sort of looking at the cosmological forces here as the egg for this being to be born. So the entire cosmological map, if you zoom out of it, what you will see is an egg, right? And at the center of this egg, you have the being, Azeroth. Now, back in Legion, I made a video where I stated that Azeroth is the cosmological forces, that every single one of the cosmological forces is simply an extension of Azeroth herself. And Apocalypse sort of built on this theory as well, with even more sort of story attached to it, where Azeroth can only awaken when all of the other cosmological forces have been reabsorbed. So when Azeroth is ready, she will awaken, she will absorb the light, disorder, life, order, death, and shadow, and then she will become whoever she was meant to be. But within this universe, you have a bunch of beings, i.e. be it the first ones, it may be the Titans, it might be the Eternal ones, but a bunch of beings that have found a way to resist it. I don't believe that whoever orchestrated this split, whoever orchestrated this universe, I don't believe they're the ones who imprisoned Azeroth. I believe the split happened to ensure that Azeroth could awaken when she was ready. But then outside forces started to interfere. So you had beings like the Titans setting up runes around Azeroth, setting up the ability for Azeroth to never truly awaken. So you have the runes around here. You have this closed off system that ensures that Azeroth can never truly awaken. Sylvanas herself calls this, this world is a prison. What if she's being literal? So it's not just a prison because, you know, you can't escape and your life is sort of ruled by everyone else. What if she's being absolutely literal? The world is a prison. Azeroth herself has been imprisoned within this world. Remember, at the start of Battle for Azeroth, there was a book. The book was called Before the Storm. In Before the Storm, both Arthas and Anduin touches Azerite. The Azerite shows each of them a future that will set them on the path, basically leading to the Shadowlands. Now, we're told in Before the Storm what each of these visions look like, but we're given very vague recollections of what these visions are. We're not actually shown exactly what Sylvanas and Anduin sees, only that they both saw something. They were shown something. Now, if we believe, like I do, that Azerite is in fact the blood of Azeroth, and that was Azeroth showing Sylvanas and Anduin whatever it is that she chose to show them, then that means that everything that we have up until this point is orchestrated by Azeroth. Sylvanas is doing what Azeroth told her to do. She is playing it exactly the way that she has to play it, like the soldier that she is. What is the goal and the role for people like Sargeras? What is the role for people like Zuvul in all of this? What is their story? Why did Sargeras decide to turn against these brothers? Why did Zuvul decide to turn against these brothers and sisters? What compelled them to do this? And could domination magic, could the cosmological forces be the answer to that? Could the idea of Azeroth being the collection of all of the cosmological forces be the answer that we seek? I don't know. I do know, however, that the idea that the Shadowlands could have invasionary species is ridiculous to me. I believe that these world eaters are there because it used to be their world. The Shadowlands used to be a place of monsters. It used to be the place where everything that wasn't mortal would go. Maybe the Shadowlands is even the birthplace of monsters. And in a cruel twist, Order co-opted it. Order took it for itself. If we are to believe that the Emerald Dream is the dream of Azeroth, it's the perfect version of Azeroth, and as I've said in the past, the Emerald Dream could very easily be the dreams of Azeroth. So as Azeroth dreams, as in the H.P. Lovecraft universe, as Azathoth dreams reality, as Azeroth dreams the Emerald Dream, why could the Shadowlands not be Azeroth's nightmares? Wouldn't that make even a little bit of sense? That the Shadowlands is where Azeroth dreams her nightmares. And because of this connection, because these realms are connected to Azeroth, the Titans and the Eternal Ones saw fit to use both of these to their own advantage. By sending all mortals into the soul stream, and by the way, that isn't even a natural process. What do I mean by that? We already know how the Kyrians save souls, how the Kyrian bring souls into the Shadowlands. They have to collect the soul in reality and then take it to the soul stream. The soul does not find its way to the soul stream automatically. They have to be taken to the soul stream. Once you enter the soul stream, you automatically go to the Arbiter, and then from the Arbiter, you get taken to whichever realm the Arbiter sorted you in when the Shadowlands actually functions, when the Arbiter isn't down. So even the idea of entering the soul stream isn't a natural act. It seems to be superficial. It seems to be controlled. What if these invasionary creatures, what if the Drust, what if the World Eaters and the Anima Eaters, what if they're simply fighting to get their world back? We've seen videos being made by Taliesin and others about the bones of the Maldraxxus, basically referring to Maldraxxus as being a giant creature. What if that's true? What if a giant creature was slain in order to build Maldraxxus? The realm of monsters became the realm of death, so to lock out the cosmological force of death, because I don't care how you break it down, in a war between all of the cosmological forces, death is the strongest. Death is the clear winner. There is just no way that any other cosmological force can even stand against death, and if you think there is, I give you Exhibit A, which would be Arthas. No, life wouldn't be the strongest. Look at Arthas when he invaded Calthalas. Look at what happened there. Sylvanas kept fighting, kept fighting, kept fighting. After every single battle, he would simply raise his own, then raise hers, and his army would get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the problem with death. No matter what you throw at it, after every fight, death gets stronger. You can't beat death. It will just eventually outlast you because it will just keep getting more powerful. That's the short and the long of it. That's death. So if you have a world where you want to keep Azeroth sleeping forever, you had best ensure that none of the cosmological forces can get powerful enough to destroy it, to take back what is theirs. Perhaps that's why all of them are constantly fighting to take control of Azeroth. Now, am I right? Is that exactly what is happening here? What the fuck do I know? What the fuck do I know? I don't know. It's just a cool story. I think it sounds cool. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I'd love to hear how you guys think all of this could fit together. That's my theory, and I'm sort of sticking to it until I come up with a new theory that sounds even cooler.